Dear friends, welcome back with another machine on the Van Hub, which is Corrosion 1. The link will be put into the video below so that you can download and play the machine. In my view, this machine is so fantastic, which involves several important techniques. For example, like how to detect local file inclusion vulnerability. But to be more important, how to exploit local file inclusion vulnerability. And in this case, in order to exploit local file inclusion vulnerability, we have to poison authentication log file. However, newer or updated version of Linux has some sort of validation for the username. And in this video, I'd like to show you how to fix this problem. And also, I'd like to show you how to make privilege escalation. So there will be a lot to take. And however, before we go ahead, if you don't mind, please subscribe to my channel and leave a like below. You're greatly appreciated. So enough talk, let's just get started. We can head over to Linux VM. First of all, we need to discover the IP address of the target. The utility I'd like to use, as always, would be netdiscover. All right, as you can see over here, the IP address of the target could be recognized as 114. So what are we going to do next? We need to do port and self scanning with a map. However, to save time of this video, I've already completed before. So now we can cut out its result. Although the IP address of the target machine has been changed. As you can see over here, as usual, I took the options like sync scan, the virtual scan, the default script scan, followed by the -p- to do the full range port scan. The last option for all is ON to output the result into this file. And from the map scanning results, we can tell that the target has two open port numbers. The first one is 22, which is running SSH service or secure shell service. And also, we are given the version information, including exact version number points, 8.4. I don't think we can find any workable vulnerability for this particular version of OpenSSH. And the second one is 80, which is running HTTP service, and also the version information Apache 2. So what shall we do next? I think obviously we need to, enumerate this web application both manually and automatically. Let's fire up the browser to do the manual enumeration first. Sorry, I need to close up all existing tabs. And we can put the IP address of the target into the address bar. 140, press enter, and we got back this default Apache 2 page. And we can scroll down and check content of this page. Nothing here. And also we can check its source code by right click the mouse. And then we can scroll down to the bottom. We cannot find anything important from this source code. Next, we can check whether this side has robots file or not. Not found. Next, we can launch the Nicto to do the automatic enumeration. Nicto sometimes can give us very important and very useful information. Sometimes can give us the vulnerability or exploit directly. But here we just, got like the header information, allowed HTTP methods, nothing useful from the perspective of penetration. Next, we can launch the GoBuster to do the directory enumeration, and we can use the -u option to specify the URL of the target, and we can specify the word list by the option of W directory, medium, and extension option. Press enter. And we got the first directory tasks and also the block post. We can copy both and paste onto our notebook. So we do not need to have this information. Now we can access both in the browser tasks. And we are given, okay, we can tell there is one file task to do. And here, tasks that need to be completed. Change permissions for the authentication log. Change port number. I don't think the tasks have been completed because we didn't find this port number, right? Which is running SSH service and also set up PHP myadmin. We didn't discover this either. And change permissions for authentication log. So possibly there is some sort of vulnerability with existing authentication log, but now we didn't know where it is, right? So now let's go back. It's done, and nothing else has been found by the GoBuster. So next we can take a look at the second directory, block post. We can copy, so we do not need to type in. So welcome to my blog. This website is in development, will be updated in the next couple months. Randy, so maybe this links possible username. We can paste over here. And there is picture. We can download this picture to our working directory on Kali Linux. And also we need to check its source code. Source code. So nothing important here. Next, we need to analyze the picture. We can use EXIF2 to display or to retrieve metadata of this picture. But nothing here or nothing useful. And also we can use stack hide to try to extract hidden message information from the picture. No passphrase, stack seek, image. So couldn't find a valid passphrase. And also we can run bin walk image. Nothing here. So we cannot find anything from the image. And so I think we need to make a further directory enumeration for this directory block post. Let's do it now. GoBuster. And let me copy the path from browser dir and paste in here. And we can use the same word list. GoBuster directory, medium, extension, press enter. And we immediately can find two directories, archives and uploads. So let's first access or visit uploads directory. But we are redirected to the home page. Nothing different. Okay. So next, let's take a look at the archives. We can copy and paste at the end. And there is one file, Randy logs. We can click. However, nothing returned. But if you look at, or if you take a closer look at this file name, Randy logs. So Randy would be the username, logs. So I think this, originally, I think this page is supposed to display log file, right? But so far, nothing returned. So I think there is one possibility that we should pass parameter, okay? But which limb for this parameter? And to find out such parameter limb or find out the limb for parameter, we need to make fuzzing. And my favorite fuzzing tool is W fuzzing, fuzz. And we can use -C color, so give the colorful output. And we can copy this path from the browser and paste in here. And we can construct the fuzzing pattern. So this would be fuzz. And we want to check whether we can access password file, okay? And we can use the same word list. I always use this word list. Debuster, directory, medium. Now let's press enter. Oh, a lot of output. So we need to clean our output by putting filter option HW0. Let's press enter. I think now it's better. Okay, I think just in a few seconds we can discover this parameter limb, and we can pass this parameter to this file. We can access the password file. As you can see, we successfully retrieved password file from the target. Maybe we can copy and put up the terminal. We can use the command line to retrieve. Okay, and so far we have already confirmed that the target indeed has file inclusion vulnerability. So how to exploit this vulnerability? This is I'm going to show you. Okay, first of all, we need to check whether the target or this user Randy has private key file available. Okay, home Randy SSH directory, private key, press enter, but nothing returned. Next, we need to check whether we can find something from its bash history file. Bash history file, but nothing returned. So next, we can check whether we can access log file. You know, what I'm doing is following a standard methodology. At least for me, this is standard methodology when I deal with the local file inclusive vulnerability. Okay, the var log file, authentication log file. As you can see, we can successfully retrieve log file. So I think the next step is to poison the SSH or authentication log file. So how to poison? We need to generate, or we need to generate the log information or log data, and this log data can be exploited by us for our purpose. Let me show you in action. Okay, for example, we can use the one-liner of web shell as username to SSH to the target, and this information, of course, this will not be successful. However, this try would be stored into the log file. Okay, let me show you SSH, and we can use single quote. What I'm doing, single quote, one-liner of web shell, and I'd like to use get method, and the parameter name is CMD. Okay, and use single quote to, oh, what I'm doing, and followed by the IP address of the target, press enter. However, remote username contains invalid characters. So this is the problem, what I mentioned at the very beginning of this video. The newer, of course, you can turn to the older version of Linux and try to poison the lock, okay? But this is a bit time consuming. And I'd like to show you another way or another approach. We can utilize Metasploit. The Metasploit has one module which can do the same things, which can SSH to the target, okay? Okay, now we can search SSH auxiliary module, and we can use which module? Yeah, logging, we can copy. So, you know, this module can work for us as SSH client, okay? And we can show options again. And I think we just set the remote host to our target, and remote port number, default one is fine. And we can set the username to be the one-liner of web shell, okay? PHP system get cmd square bracket parentheses. So I need to make check username PHP system, and of course this liner, the username will be saved into the authentication log file, and later we can access this file and along with the parameter cmd to run command, okay? System, I think it's correct. And then we can set the password, and we can set it to anything. Okay, so now we can run it. As you can see, this module is completed. So now we can exit from the Metasploit console. Now we need to access this file, but we need also to give the parameter, okay? We can access the local file, authentication local file, and we can pass the parameter using the symbol and ID. As you can see, the ID command has been executed successfully. So what do we have to do next? We need to run reversal command, and then we can get the initial shell on the target, okay? And now we can go to the website of Pentest Monkey website, and we can copy the first command, and we need to do some modification for this one-liner of reversal command. The IP address of the Linux and the port number 5555, okay? And normally this one would be better, okay? And now we can copy, and we can replace the ID command by our one-liner command. And before we run it, we need to set up the listener on the Linux, waiting for collection from the target. And we can press enter, but nothing returned. In this case, in some case, we need to, make some encoding. For example, like a URL encoding. And here, we can go to the subchef to encode our payload, or our command payload, and we can very important you need to enable this option, encode all special characters. Otherwise, the encoded command still will not work. Okay, so now we can copy, and then we can replace this one. Press enter. I think it's working. So now we can spawn a more stable shell by Python. So how about the Python? Python 2 is not there. So how about the Python 3? Python 3 import pty module and its method spawn. We can spawn the bash session. Okay, so next we need to do some local enumeration to make lateral movement, right? And ready, permission denied. So we need to navigate to opt directory, nothing here, about the var, and go to the backups. We can notice this file at the bottom, user backup file. So we can take different ways to transfer this file to back to our canonics. In this case, I'd like to show you how to use netcat to transfer this file, because netcat will be installed in almost every Linux distribution. Okay, so now how to do? We can set up another listener on the canonics. So we can use another listener, set up another listener, and when this listener receives data, we can write into we can use the same file name. We can copy. Okay, and this is the redirect operator. We can save. Oh, sorry, not save. We can hit enter. And now another listener has set up successfully. So now let's go back. And then we need to use the cat and followed by the file name. And we need to use the pipe operator. And the output of the previous command will be the input to netcat or the next command. We can connect to our canonics 66, press enter. Now, as you can see, this listener has received data and this is the size of the data. We can exit from this collection. Next, we need to unzip this file, user. However, this is the password protected. And how to crack the zip file? We can use different ways. For example, the first way I'd like to use is fcrack zip. And also we can use the John the Ripper. But if you want to use John the Ripper to crack, first of all, you need to convert zip to the John. Okay, and John the Ripper, the canonics has this utility for us. Also, we can use the hashcat. Okay. So in this case, of course, when the file is zip file, the most preferable way for me is this one. So now we can use, maybe I like to make the font be bigger. User, I'd like to explain the options here. The U means unzip, and the D, the uppercase D means dictionary-based crack, and use the P option to specify the password dictionary and or word list. So now we can press enter. Very quick, we got the password for this file. We can unzip again and provide the password. And we got back from this file, 1, 2, 3, 4. And let's take a look at each of them. So this is the C code. So about the private key. So I think we can, SSH to the target with this private key. But before we do such a collection, we need to set appropriate, appropriate permission for this file. We can change mode for 00 or 600 is fine. But for me, I always use 400. And next, we can SSH Randy. The username, of course, is Randy, and followed by the IP address of the target. And we need to use the option of I to specify the private key. Yes. However, we still asked to provide the password. So it means that the private key is, I think this is not the information about the password of the private key, because not say the message is not saying the private key is password or passphrase protected. So maybe for some reasons we cannot use private key based authentication to this target. Okay, so let's continue. Even I think below this private key or public key, we can find this my password file. And I think this should be the password for the user, Randy. So we do not need to use the private key to SSH to the target. SSH Randy. And so we can paste the password here. No problem, okay? And I think we can press keys, Control Shift and L to clear the screen. Then we can get a bigger space on the screen. And we can grab the user flag, no problem. Next, we can run sudo to see whether this current user can run sudo. And we need to supply the password of this current user again. Yeah, we can. The home Randy tools easy sys information. Even just now, unzipped file, we can find this one. The file name is the same. The easy sys information info C code. Okay, so now let's go back. I think we need to we need to go to, maybe we can run this one to see what will happen. Although the command has been successfully executed, just some information, we didn't get the privilege of root user. This is not what we want. It looks like in this file there's some commands executed. For example, like the date, and this would be the host. We can get out. We can go to the home Randy tools. Easy. Oh, okay. And even we can notice this Python script. Oh, not Python script. So here, just run date command, host file, uname. However, the current user do not have permission to manipulate this file. So we need to think about another way. Actually, the tools here, the current user have permission to to change or to set up or to delete the file under this directory. Okay, so now I think we can remove this original one and create. We can remove this file and create the new executable, and we can use. Maybe we can copy from this file. We can copy and do some, here, the C code is running the same command, data, host, just the syntax are different. After all, the Python and the C are different programming language. But now we can, for example, use the nano easy. Oh, not this, not here, sorry. So now, nano easy sys info C code. Oh, we can paste in here and we need to do some modification. Maybe we can delete. We do not need it. Need them these two lines, and here we can change the command like a bash I. We want to get the interactive shell, but I think also we need to import another library. Okay, so now I think that's it. We can save by pressing keys Control and W. Oh, what I'm doing? Control W. Oh, W O, not Control O, not W. Okay, and Control X to exit. Now we can use GCC compiler to compile it. Easy, no problem. So now we can run sudo again, sudo, and followed by this absolute pass. As you can see, we are successful. Now we can navigate to root directory to grab the final flag. So that's pretty much it. I'd like to see you in the next one. Bye. Have a nice day, please.